Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a recommendations video for the Spooktober Readathon that's coming up soon. I had some extra time to kill the other day, and so I went to the library, and while I was in there, I got inspired to try to run around and collect books that I thought would work for the Readathon prompts. Some of these I've read before, some I haven't. I really just kind of made a game out of it, trying to figure out what I could grab kind of quickly that would work for prompts, and these are the books that I ended up with. Okay, the first prompt is Sunflower Field, a book with a flower on the cover, and this one I grabbed because it was actually harder to find books with flowers on the cover than I thought it would be, even in the teen section. In my head I was thinking that a lot of teen books had flowers on the covers, but that day at my library there weren't many, but I did find this one. It's called These Shallow Graves. It's by Jennifer Donnelly. I've seen this going around YouTube a while ago, maybe last year, the year before. This one is kind of big though. I wouldn't really recommend this one for a readathon. I definitely couldn't get through it, but if you're a fast reader, it might work for you, or if you just want to read one book. Because this readathon is very easygoing, you can read as many books as you want to. You don't have to do all the prompts, just do the ones that you feel like. But anyway, this definitely has flowers on the cover. This is a mystery thriller, it says. It's about a girl who wants to be a journalist, and her dad owns a newspaper, and he is found dead. And people are saying that he shot himself while cleaning his gun, and she does not agree with that, so she's trying to figure out what happened to her dad. So yeah, I had no idea what this book was about when I picked it up. I just grabbed it because it had flowers on the covers, but it's definitely an idea. The next one is Hayride, a book with a journey or a quest, and this one I actually own, even though I just grabbed it from the library. I own a copy of this, and I have read this. It is one of my favorite books ever. I totally recommend this book for anybody at any time, not just for this readathon, because I love it, but it's called Johannes Cabal, the Necromancer. And this features a journey because it's about a man who's a necromancer, and he had sold his soul to the devil in order to get the ability to raise the dead. He has a purpose for this, and then he realizes that he needs to have his soul back, so he makes another deal with the devil, and the devil says, okay, I'll give you your soul if you can collect for me 100 souls from other people. And to do that, I will help you, and I will give you a train full of dead things that you will raise, and so you'll have people to help you as you travel around on this train. He basically creates a creepy carnival that goes all over England trying to collect souls for the devil. This book is so funny and so different from anything I've ever read. I absolutely love it, but he definitely goes on a journey. He's on a train and stopping at all these different towns and villages in England, and it's just the best. Absolutely the best. I hope you read it. Next is Corn Maze, and that's a book that has twists and turns. This is one I have not read, but I did see the movie years ago, and that is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This is a thriller, and it's about a married couple, and the wife goes missing on their anniversary, and the husband is getting blamed because he's not acting how you would expect a husband to act. But yes, there are lots of twists and turns, at least in the movie. I'm assuming the movie is similar to the book, and it really had me guessing and not sure what was going on. But one day I would like to read this book. I think I would like it, but I haven't read it yet, so let me know down below if you have read it, but it definitely would fit the prompt. Next one is Haunted House, a spooky book, and for that one I picked this up, The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. This one sounds so fun. This is, I think, middle grade, but I would definitely want to read this. I might read this month. I picked it up on a whim just because of the cover. It's really cute. But let me read you the inside. It's very short, and I'll explain what this book is. But it says, the Night Gardener follows two abandoned Irish siblings who travel to work as servants at a creepy, crumbling English manor house. But the house and its inhabitants are not quite what they seem. Soon the children are confronted by a mysterious stranger and an ancient curse that threatens their very lives. That sounds spooky, and it sounds super fun. I'm a sucker for anything that happens in old English houses or manors. I just really like that kind of stuff. I like that setting a lot. And so yeah, I think I might actually read this one for that prompt. Next one is Pumpkin Patch, a book with orange on the cover. And for that one, I picked up Afterlife with Archie. This is a graphic novel, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I might give this one a go. I definitely think I need to read some graphic novels during the readathon to try to up my book count. This one came out quite a long time ago, I think. I know I've seen this one going around, but I've never read it. But basically it says, all hell breaks loose when a fateful accident sets in motion a series of terrifying events that will threaten the town of Riverdale like never before. When the dead begin to rise, craving human flesh, it's up to Archie, Betty, and Veronica and the gang to fight for their lives against the zombie hordes led by their former pal, Jughead. So yeah, it sounds fun, sounds perfect for Halloween, and it has orange on the cover. The next one is Apple Picking, read a book that was picked for you, and I'm going to say any of these work for that prompt because they are suggestions from me to you. The next one is Scarecrow, a book that you've been scared to read. For me, that's really tough because I have a very high tolerance for scariness, so I really can't think of anything that I'm actually scared to read. But I did grab a true crime novel that in general is scarier than fictional stuff just because it's real, and that is The Man from the Train, Discovering America's Most Elusive Serial Killer. And this is about a bunch of killings that happened in Iowa in the early 1900s, and they happened around train areas. And this guy ends up discovering that there are way more killings that happened that fit this person's MO than were once thought. And this guy is concluding that the original serial killer that they thought only killed a certain amount has killed over 100 people. So that's pretty dang scary. But yeah, this sounds really interesting. But again, this is kind of long and probably not one I would do for a readathon. But in general, a true crime book is generally scarier than something that's not true. Next one is Ferris Wheel, a book with a unique perspective, and for that I picked up Warm Bodies by Marion. This is a zombie novel and it's based off of the zombie boy's perspective. From what I get on the back, it sounds like he has captured the girl. He's been living like a very mundane, boring life, and he's captured the girl, and through being with her, he's realized he doesn't want to eat her. He wants to be with her or keep her safe or something. And I guess he's like growing a heart. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I've never read this one. I think this is a movie too. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's definitely set from a unique perspective and it's short. So this would be a very good option for the readathon. Next is Petting Zoo, read a book with an animal in it. For that, I picked up We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Again, a short, quick read for a readathon. I have read this one. I read this one this year, I think, and I liked it. Didn't like the ending so much. It left too much open for me, but I did really enjoy the atmosphere of the book, the setting of the book, and the people. I like the characters a lot. So yeah, it's really good, and the main character has a cat that is in the book. So yeah, this would be a short, sweet, easy read for the readathon. Next is Face Painting, a book that features transformations. And for that, I picked up American Vampire. This one is really popular. I know Joni from Joni Reads loves this series, and the way she talks about it makes me really want to pick it up. So as the title says, this one is about American vampires that are different from old world style vampires. I think I read they can do well in the sun, or they live off of the sun. It's also set in the 1920s, and I think each one in the series follows a different time period or a different setting. I can't remember, but yeah, you should definitely check out Joni Reads videos where she talks about these because she just adores these books, and I like the art style in this one too. I was kind of flipping through it, and ooh, that's creepy. Look at that. That's pretty scary. So yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna read this for the readathon. I'm hoping I can get into it and not find it too distracting and continue on with the series, because yeah, I definitely want to read this. Okay, next is Bobbing for Apples, a book that features water. And for this one, I'm gonna cheat, because the book that I did pick up, which is called The Island, which has water, this apparently is the sequel to another book. But if you have read the first book, which is called The Darkness, pick up The Island. This is a murder mystery thriller type book. And so yeah, since I'm not using that one, I picked one off my shelves, which definitely has water, and that is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. This is a thriller about women who end up dead in a river, I believe. I can't remember all the details. Have not read this one. Don't know if it's any good or not, but it definitely has water, and thrillers are kind of quick reads in general. So yeah, if you're interested in a watery read, try this one. Next is Pie Eating Contest, Devour a Book in 24 Hours. I'm going to go with another graphic novel for that, because I can't read a regular book in 24 hours, but I could probably do a graphic novel. For that one, I got Witches, W-Y, not W-I. This one says, when the Rooks family moves to the remote town of Litchfield, New Hampshire to escape a haunting trauma, they're hopeful about starting over, but something evil is waiting for them in the woods just beyond town, watching them from the trees, ancient and hungry. The images in this one are super dark and super creepy, so if you're looking for something scarier, I would recommend this one. But yeah, that's what the artwork looks like. The next two prompts are just kind of like bonus ones that don't have to do with a certain book, but they are to read a book while enjoying a fall treat and read a book while being warm and cozy. So that should be easy enough for everybody to do. You can do that with any of these books. I'm actually drinking an iced pumpkin mocha latte that I made myself right now, and it's super yummy, and I'm starting to get a little bit like buzzed, I guess you could say. I also have one other thing that I picked up at the library that I thought I would show you guys, and it's not something I normally pick up, but it is this set of CDs, and it is Smithsonian Legendary Performers of Edgar Allan Poe's stories. So this has 5 different Poe stories in it, but these are like the radio stories, you know how people have like a full cast of people and they act out a story on the radio? That's what this is. So I was just walking by and saw this, and I absolutely love Edgar Allan Poe, and I was planning on reading some of his stories this month anyway, so I thought radio version ones might be even more fun. On a side note, I did just listen to The Raven, read by Christopher Lee. There was a version of it on YouTube, so it was free, and it was absolutely amazing. Christopher Lee was Saruman in Lord of the Rings, and his voice is just perfection. So listening to him do a reading of The Raven was just so great. I absolutely loved it. Totally recommend, if you like Poe stories, to try to find Christopher Lee's readings of them. They are out of this world. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I hate that I made this so long, but I kept rambling on. I hope this helped give you guys some ideas and suggestions for the Spooktober readathon, and I hope you guys join in. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I will see y'all later. Bye.